The text arrived at 7:42 p.m., just as I was locking my office door. You can't come home tonight. It's not your place right now. I stared at the screen, rereading it until the words blurred. No explanation. No apology. Just that, like my life had been reduced to a notification. I called her immediately. Straight to voicemail. I called again. Nothing. For a long moment I stood in the empty parking lot, keys digging into my palm, listening to the hum of streetlights and my own breathing. We'd argued before. We'd slept angry. But never this. Never being told I didn't belong in my own home. I drove anyway. As I pulled onto our street, I noticed her car was there. But another one sat behind it. A dark sedan I didn't recognize. I didn't park. I kept driving, my chest tight, my mind racing through excuses I didn't want to believe. Maybe a friend. Maybe her sister. Maybe I was overreacting. That was my habit, doubting myself before doubting her. The signs had been there for months. Missed call she returned hours later with forced cheer. Her phone always face down now. Password changed for work reasons. Conversations that stopped when I entered the room. When I asked if something was wrong, she'd smile too quickly and say, "You're imagining things." So I imagined them away. I told myself marriage had seasons. That distance was normal. That love didn't always feel loud. But that text was loud. I parked 2 streets away and walked. The house looked the same, warm lights, curtains half drawn. Through the window I saw her silhouette moving in the kitchen. And another shadow behind her. Close. Too close. I didn't knock. I didn't ring the bell. I stood there, invisible, listening to laughter that didn't belong to me anymore. I went back to my car and sat there until my hands stopped shaking. That's when my phone buzzed again. "Please respect this. I'll explain later." Later. As if later could undo what I was already feeling. The quiet collapse of something I'd built my life around. I didn't go home. I drove to a cheap motel off the highway and lay on the bed fully clothed, staring at the ceiling. Memories kept breaking through. Her laugh on our first trip. The way she used to reach for my hand at red lights. The morning she'd steal my shirts. Each one felt like a lie now, retroactively poisoned. At 2 a.m., I did something I'd never done before. I opened our shared phone plan online. I told myself I just wanted reassurance. What I found instead was a pattern: hundreds of texts to one number, late nights, long calls while I was working late. The name saved was harmless. A coworker. By morning I wasn't angry. I was hollow. When she finally called, her voice was careful, like she was stepping around broken glass. She said she needed space. That things had been complicated. That she never meant to hurt me. I asked her one question. Who was at the house last night? Silence stretched between us. Then she sighed. I didn't think you'd find out like this. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just said, I'll come by later to get some things. She sounded relieved. That hurt more than the truth. What I did next shocked her, not because it was dramatic but because it was final. I didn't confront the other man. I didn't plead for explanations. I packed my clothes, my books, the small things that made me me. I left my wedding ring on the kitchen table with a note. You don't get to decide my place. I do. She cried when she read it. She called me over and over. She said she was confused, that it wasn't supposed to go this far. But betrayal doesn't start with how far it goes. It starts with the first step you hide. I moved into a small apartment with bare walls and too much quiet. The nights were the hardest. Grief comes in waves, sometimes gentle, sometimes knocking the breath out of you. I missed her. I missed us. But I missed myself more. Losing my place taught me something I should have learned earlier. Love that requires you to shrink isn't love, it's control. And self-respect sometimes looks like walking away without a scene. That text stripped me of my place. Walking away gave it back.